Hello everyone, welcome back to Ballyspring. FarmSimGuy here, hope you're all doing well. As you can see, the weather is looking just a little bit better than it did when we left at the end of the last episode. If you remember, we had a rain shower, which meant we had tractors stuck in the field. We couldn't finish the pumps and hoses work and getting the slurry on the field. That is all set up a little bit differently now. You'll see that the static pump has gone. We think we found the perfect solution, to be honest, and we'll be able to show you that in a little while. Also, our TMR mixer has produced us now roughly 45,000 litres of TMR, so that is sitting there waiting to be used. We'll need to refill that at some point in the future, but at least it means we've got some backup there now, so when the cows need it, they can be fed. It is the following morning now, so if I just jump into and show you the animals, you'll see how much they've eaten. So there you go, main cow yard, they are down to 19,000 litres. The heifers doing okay, they don't eat as much, but they're doing great. Cows not far off reproduction either. So we're in a good spot, really. They are looking well. Like I said, this could be a perfect day for doing some seeding. But first and foremost, I am desperate to get these two fields here with slurry applied to them, and then we can move on. Like I said in the last episode, we don't have enough slurry to cover really much more than these two fields, but it seems silly to put paid fertiliser on these if we do have our own supply just sitting there. So we're going to fire up the pump on this, and we're going to get these two fields finished. So there you go, we've got a full tank there. The nice thing about this is what we'll do is disconnect the hose when we've done this field. We'll go and refill it up there, and then we will bring it back down. So let's power up the pump. There we go, it's already started to pump, and now we'll go to the other tractor. So here we go, tractor, top of the field here. The 200 metre pump that we had on last time was, in fact, just that little bit too short. And we were starting to disconnect it from the tank as well. So by doing it this way, it means we'll cover off without getting too many things tangled. And as we said in the last episode, we've done this half of the field where you can see the hose over there. We've done this side of the field, so we shouldn't have too many issues. Although it's disconnected again. What the hell? What's wrong with this thing? I'm going to connect it back up one more time. If this doesn't work, this is all going back in the shed, I tell you. Very frustrating. Right, reconnected. We're nearly at the bottom of the field. Let's keep an eye on it as we drive down. It shouldn't have done that. I think it's getting lost under the ground here and come under tension. Look, you can see it there, raised up in the air, so I'm ready to throw in the towel on this one, I tell you. So there we go. It's come undone again. I don't know what's happening. The hose is long enough. You know, when I said that I thought we'd got the perfect solution here, I think it's the hills, I think it's the undulating ground. No matter what I do, this just doesn't seem to work. So look, the hose has come off there and is disconnected from the tank. So, do you know what we're going to do here? We're going to fold all of this up. This is going back to the contractors and will never see the light of day again on this series, unfortunately. It is such a shame because I do love this, but it has been nothing but pain. I just haven't been able to manage to get this to work how I want it at any point, which is just really frustrating. So there we go, let's roll it all up. I know when I'm beaten. We did our best, but we'll get this back into the yard. We do have a lot of slurry still, so I'm going to have to work out what we do with it. Maybe we need to invest in a traditional slurry tanker. Like I said, I still want to use it. It's a good source of free fertiliser, so I don't want to get rid of it. So what we might do is have a look and see what there is in the way of decent slurry tankers and do it that way. Maybe an even injection system slurry tanker. But this has just been... That's a shame. It's a real shame. I wanted to show it off for you guys, how good it was, and I've just become very frustrated with it. So, let's run all this back to the contractors, and based on the weather, and based on the fact that we set up the other tractor ready for seeding, we'll go and plant some wheat, I think. So I've just come off a very irritable call with the O'Malleys. They are actually very apologetic. They don't know what's going wrong with the pumps and hoses stuff, but they have brought down the Shoughton tank here, a little bit smaller, 13,000 litres in capacity. It has got a 6 metre width though, so roughly the same size as we had on the applicator. So it does mean we're going to be able to finish this field, but the mood I'm in at the moment, it's not getting done now. We'll leave this here. We'll come back for it later on in the episode, and we'll get this field and the field over there done. But for now, I'm going to take myself off. I'm going to do a little bit of seeding in quiet with the radio turned up loud to get rid of my very frustrated mood. So, let's head over here. I did say I was going to put joules on this tractor. I think I'll still do that. There will be a little bit of a penalty cost-wise on it because we don't have joules on this already. I don't think so anyway, although I'm starting to think we maybe used this for rolling the silage or flattening the silage, so it could be we have already funded them. So, let's go and check. There we go. Wheel setup. Rear twins. There is a cost attached to it, but it's a cost I'm happy to spend because we don't want that soil too compacted. Now, we're pushing our luck a bit here with money. We've only got 22,000 left, but it is October. We do have a lot of milk that we need to get rid of as well. So I think that's not a bad thing to sell soon. We've also got quite a lot of silage as well, so hopefully we'll be in a good position. Let's put that front weight on, bring the weight over the front of the tyres again. We have already got the seed in, so we are going to head down to the big field, field 61. It was a grass field before. So just so you've got your bearings, there we go, 61 there. It has got one application of fertiliser on it. We would like to put a second one on, but we'll come back with a sprayer now. Now we know the challenge we've had with the slurry and the pumps and hoses, we are going to revert. But there's the field we've done half of the slurry application on, and 74 is the other one we will put slurry in, and then after that we are going to either do dry fertiliser or liquid fertiliser. So, but for now, let's get this rather cool setup over to the field. Tell you what, there's not a lot of space when you've got the joules on, and this is relatively wide as well. Remember folks, if you're looking for the convenience of a pre-built gaming PC with the best branded components, I've partnered with Apex Gaming PCs to provide my own range of FARMSIMGUY gaming computers. The TW15, 25 and 35 cover a range of different budgets and gaming demands, and they're fully customizable, and you can finance your new PC over 3, 6 and 12 months. If you use my code FARMSIMGUY, you could save up to $250 off your next PC, and they ship globally. So if you want a new rig to enjoy Farming Simulator 22 with, check out the links in the description or search FARMSIMGUY at apexgamingpcs.com. Now, back to the farming. Right, here we are, here's the gate. Still very muddy, this entrance to the field. Hopefully the joules will help us float over it a little bit better, and they do, look at that. Very helpful. I swear this episode is jinxed. So, look at this. We've got them both powered up. The cultivator doesn't want to work. We detached the two there, and it did work for a second. and it looks like it's seeding. It actually told us it's planted a little bit of wheat there, but on its own it works as a cultivator, but with the two things connected it doesn't want to work. So if I jump out here, you see it's not turning the grass, and it's still saying I've got grass here. So I'm baffled. Now if I power it down slightly, let's disconnect this again just to show you. Power this up again. This looks really good in the mod hub as well. I'm really disappointed if this doesn't work. But look at that. All good again. So we're in a bit of a predicament here. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong today. I don't know how to solve this. Right, we're on our way to the dealership. They have apologised profusely and have taken the other drill away. They're not sure what's wrong with it. Something has gone wrong with it mechanically. So they have allowed us to borrow another one that they have on demo at the moment. And we're going to give it a go and see if this one works, because that shouldn't really happen. And time's against us. We want to get on with the planting, but unfortunately we're not able to. If our machinery doesn't work, let's let these people cross the road. I was feeling a bit impatient then. I almost went for it, but I'm glad I didn't. Very busy. Pubs must have opened. Right, here's the dealership. Now, I'm not sure if it is this combo of a cultivator and a seeder together that's causing the issue. We will soon find out. I missed the entrance now as well. Too busy talking. But it was funny that it didn't work in that field. So let's go in here. Let's see what we can do. And let's hope the day starts to improve a little bit. So almost an identical setup to the last one. Cultivator, and then you attach the seeder to it. Same width as well, 4 meters. Quite heavy, but also it means you're doing 2 jobs at once. Now with that huge weight on the front, I shouldn't have too many issues. Shouldn't have any horsepower issues either. Actually a good looking machine, this. I like it. If this is any good, we'll be buying this. Right, let's try and get the day started. I can't believe we've not actually done anything yet. It feels like we've been up for hours. Let's get this to the field and pray that it's going to work. Right, here we are. We stopped by the farm on the way to fill up with seed. Let's cross everything. This is going to work. I'm not even going to get lined up at the moment. I'm just going to power this up, drop it down, and hope for the best. Well, there you go. It's clearly a map problem and not a machine problem. So, disappointingly, we are going to have to do this in 2 runs. Oh well, it's going to keep our day busy anyway, isn't it? How frustrating. I'm just going to reverse this over the road here, and then I'm off to get the Fent. Because we've got a plough that we can use. We're going to have to plough this field first. I do not know what's going on there. Very confusing. Right, here's the Fent. We're going to have to drop the jewels off this and the roller off the back, so we'll do that now. Those jewels are only required when we are squashing silage, so keep the big weight on the front though, that'll be handy. And then we need to run over and get the plough, which is ours, but it's sitting at the other farm at the moment. Right, let's see what we can do down here. Surely that's all our bad luck gone in one go, isn't it? We can't possibly have any more today. Now, interestingly, can I go out of that gate rather than having to drive back up the road? I hadn't thought about that. I don't think we can, actually. Anyway, let's grab the plough. Let's get on with it. It's not the biggest plough, but it'll do the job. Fold it up for the trip. Should make it a little bit easier driving along the road. Okay, we need to be a bit careful with this sticking out the back. There we go. Now we can get down here. If you look over there, you can see our New Holland with the seeder on, just at the end of this field. So, again, mud everywhere all the time. Shows you how wet it's been. But we'll get this over the roads. That's the quickest shortcut I could think of. And there we go. Right, there we go. That's us underway. I'm not even sure if this will work after we've ploughed it, but we'll give it a go. But I've got to say, the Fendt looks good ploughing, doesn't it? Now, I know this is not a particularly modern practice, and ploughing this the old traditional way is a bit frowned upon, but we kind of have no choice. I don't know what was happening with the seeder and the cultivator, so this is all we can do for now. So let's push on. Let's get this field done. Plowing's going well. We're going to leave a little helper on to do that, but before I go, I'm going to jump back in this because I'm still not convinced this is going to work with this dual tool on. Look how bogged down we are. Even after we've ploughed it, I think we might have to use these as individual tools. But let's find out. So, regardless of whether we plough or cultivate, I don't really want to plough every field if we don't have to. But, let's spin this up. Cultivate's going. Seeder going. In fact, let's turn our HUD on so we can see what's happening. If I drop this down and roll this forward, is it going to seed for us? That's interesting. That is interesting. So, yes, it is. So it does work. So, listen, the cultivator, for whatever reason, it's not direct drill, but that doesn't make sense. But there we go. We know it works now, so at least you don't have to be concerned about this not working after putting all the effort in to plough it. So there you go. We're just going to have to plough this field. So we'll let him push on, and we'll be back when he's done. Right, there we go. Field ploughed and ready. Actually looks really good. So, next thing, let's grab the seeder. Get on with this. Right, here we go. We are finally seeding after far too long. But we're getting the job done. So, sit back, relax, and let's finally get the job done. we're finally making progress. It has taken far too long. That has been one interesting episode. Now, I could have hidden all of that stuff and joined it all together seamlessly and made it look brilliant, but what's the point in that, right? You guys have the same struggles I do. It's the same when you're making videos, so there you go, warts and all view of what happens behind the scenes sometimes. Obviously sometimes it goes like clockwork as well, so I'm not going to complain, but thank you very, very much for watching. Thank you for feeling the pain with me, and we'll see you again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.